Hey guys, Black Alcohol Gaming here, coming to you with another Scary Stories reaction video. This will be episode 4 of our series that we've had ongoing for a while. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, follow. You can find me on all socials, Black Alcohol Gaming. We are going to be looking at another video today from Bizarre Bub. He is amazing when it comes to finding these videos and doing his voice overlays. So credit to him for the video. We'll be reacting to it. We have not seen this, so hopefully it'll be a good one. And I'm hoping we can get into some good stuff here. So without further ado, let's get into it.
On July 1st of 2024, an ambulance driver stands far away from his vehicle while sounding immensely terrified. According to the driver, he had to pull over immediately, as it was just then that something baffling had occurred. In his own words, he was driving back to base when suddenly he saw something in the back of the ambulance. Upon realizing what it was, he stops the vehicle and jumps out in a panicked state. Now, due to a lack of parking, he parks the ambulance inside an alleyway, but even from a distance, he can't seem to look away from the truck. Clearly, something has left him deeply unsettled. The following is his footage. Take a look.
Alright, so I'm not sure how to talk about this, but well, first off, I've been an EMT just for a little bit, and like I ain't never experienced nothing like this. So
Just so you guys know, I'm sorry I'm having a little bit of complications with this new setup here. This is any guy's like experience, this is any guy's idea. Whenever he sees something that he just isn't sure about, he's just like, and then we're like, I don't really know how to talk about this. I don't really know how to make this make sense, because it's not making sense to us. We like to make sense of things. If it doesn't make sense, that shit doesn't make sense. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to bring it to someone else without sounding absolutely bonkers. So let's see what's going on here. It didn't really give us any kind of idea of what's going on here. So let's check it out.
so as we driving back to base, I swear I seen a face in the rearview mirror. Like,
Tell me as soon as you can.
I need to turn this engine off though, cause like we're gonna be stranded out here.
Yeah. As soon as possible.
Just to know, this does not look like a very good area that they're in either. I don't know if that's just like a cut through or what that is, but if I was driving through somewhere like that, I wouldn't feel 100% safe, if you know what I mean.
I'm not trying to go back in this truck.
It's so loud. I know he's just laying his phone down, but man, it looked like he dove in the window. He ran. I'm listening.
No, hey, on it quick.
He's funnier than anything.
No. I don't know if you see it, but can y'all see that back door? Like it just, like it just flew open. Like, can you?
I seen that.
Nah, what the?
Yeah, poor phone. Can't focus.
Can you
Doesn't
see
give us anything good. Oh,
Nah, hell no. Heck, nah.
It's no wonder why the EMT was immensely afraid of going back to the ambulance. Something appears to have been inside. Although we don't see a face as the EMT claims to have seen earlier, we do see what looks like a shadowy figure moving back and forth. It appears to dart from side to side, as if being stuck inside. The EMT driver thinks that whatever this was had been the culprit behind the cabinet door swinging open on its own, which he says had been the loud thump heard inside.
could be.
But as for the mysterious face he'd seen earlier, that remains a mystery. Some believe that maybe this may have been the spirit of a deceased individual who unfortunately passed away inside the ambulance. While many think this, others have no idea what this could have been. Whether ghost or something else, the EMT was just glad to have someone from work pick up the truck. To this day, the question remains, just what exactly had been inside the ambulance?
All right, so that one wasn't too bad. That was how to put it. That was more comical than anything with the guys' reactions to it. That to me, that shit is funny. So anytime I see something like that, I'm like, I'm tickled by it, you know. But I mean, you can't discredit. There was something there moving across that window. Could have been a shadow behind them. Could have been someone else doing it. But I feel like, and you can tell sometimes in videos whenever people are truly scared and whenever they're acting. And sometimes there's a thin line. But I really do feel like that was a genuine reaction from that guy. I feel like he was scared of something, you know. So, all right, let's move on.
In the following video, 3 friends are alone at home when one friend decides to call their mom after something scary had occurred.
I should be home in about 10 minutes. I need you to stay calm though, okay?
Okay.
So calm, quiet, keep the door locked. Alright, do not go out of the room whatsoever.
All 3 friends are locked up in this room, and for good reason. Earlier, they heard a loud crash from downstairs and other noises emanating from all over the house. They had thought someone had broken in, which is why the police were called.
Did it sound like glass? Was it metal? What did it sound like?
I thought it was just like a big thud, and then
So you heard glass shattering.
yeah.
Now this is where things start to get strange, because apparently, after searching the whole place, the police found no signs of forced entry or any clues to suggest that someone broke into the house. With no indications of any trespassers, the police leave the property. However, after watching the footage recorded by one of the friends, the teens noticed something very alarming. Before the police arrived, all 3 friends decided to investigate the noises and presumably take matters into their own hands if needed. But during this time, something happens that prompts the friend who lives in this house to grab.
See, this is always one of those things where you gotta watch out because you never know what you're gonna walk into. It could be a person, it could be something supernatural. If you believe in that, that's all to be, you know, up for debate. But that's just something that you have to take at your own will, because that's a grain of salt kind of thing. I don't know how well I'd be able to handle it. I mean, I'm not scared of a whole lot of stuff when it comes to, you know, spooky things. But when it comes to investigating the noise and I'm by myself or with a group of people, that's nerve-wracking. That's definitely nerve-wracking. So see how they handled it.
Grab his dog and pack his things. They were spooked, to say the least. This is what they caught.
Okay, it's fine.
There's somebody
Okay.
there, they can
Okay.
have
Okay.
Okay? Alright, I'll see you soon. I love you.
I love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
These guys are legit terrified. Listen to their breathing. Don't say, turn the lights on, fool. Check out dude in the back with the weapon. Lights, guys. Lights.
Apparently, one of the friends had noticed something moving in the dark. Although we don't see it on camera, something else is seen that none of the friends had noticed until watching this video much later. In case you missed it, this is what was caught.
What was caught? Yeah, but come on, bro. That could have been any of them up there.
Eerily, something can be seen moving behind the railing. In a swift motion, this mysterious object passes by without making a sound. It almost seems to be floating, given how it seemingly glides. But by far, the creepiest thing about this is that a face can be made out. It's hard to see at first, but watching this again, certain features that a face would have can be seen briefly. Its uncanny motion and closeness to the ground have led the group to believe that a ghost was caught on camera. To them, it looks as though a floating head had passed by. If only they had seen this before the police arrived. As they state, who knows what they would have said about this. While the supposed shadowy figure they saw was enough to scare them, this would have definitely scared the living daylights out of them. Now, up until now, there haven't been any updates. But until then, let me know your thoughts on this one.
Okay, so just to kind of not be the, party pooper here, that could be any of them staging this, because what do they run from downstairs? They're making it seem like they were scared of that after they'd already passed that in the video. To me, that doesn't make sense. So I'm going to call this one a spoof, because it's not a spook, it's a spoof. But we want to start going with that, spook versus spoof. Definitely a spoof, I believe, because that could have been their friend crawling on his hands and knees, trying to scare them or whatever, anything, or a family member or anybody that knew they were there. That's just one of those things where you can't take that as it's scary. They heard a noise, but what can you do? You can't chalk it up to just say, oh, that's a ghost. No, come on now. Had too many red flags there for me. Let's move on to the next one.
On a Thursday afternoon, a mother walks out of a house in a panic frenzy, as it was just then that something baffling had occurred. Outside on the back patio, the family's dog started acting strange. They were barking at something that didn't appear to be there. Although unfazed by the dog's behavior, considering that they often do this in the back patio, the mother decides to record this video, and for good reason. Whenever their dog starts to act up, something very strange happens. As the mother takes this video to show others what usually happens, this is captured.
Look, you guys, it rocks, but then it stops on its own when I come outside. Let's see if I could get it on camera. There's like no wind. That's I know, Blue, someone's there, huh? I know it, I know. I don't know why it does that. It does it every time, you guys. This is the third time. I can't believe I caught it on camera. Sick on Blue.
She's awful brave.
Creepy, right? Katie, I guess I do have a ghost, bitch. Get him, Blue. I'm shutting the door.
Did she just say "bit"?
As many have stated, if it wasn't for the dog's reaction, this wouldn't have been as strange. Clearly, something had set off the dog. The chair suddenly stopping on its own, coupled with the dog's behavior, has led viewers to believe that this was paranormal.
Hey.
The mother who took this
I
thinks
can go along
so,
with that.
but any ideas on what exactly had been on the chair remains unknown. Whether supernatural or not, this video remains a mystery.
All right, so that's another one of those hard to tell kind of things, because it didn't start back up or anything, and it's not like there was a trigger action, unless they're saying the trigger for it is whenever there's no one around. The dog being there alone should have made it stop, if that's the logic behind it. But that wasn't scary to me. It is a little scary thinking there could be a ghost there. Don't get me wrong, but I can't give a true, genuine shock factor, because they were just too happy with it, you know. And I feel like they could have had anything, a piece of fishing line, you know, slipped around it, barely tugging on it, making it move, then it automatically stops. You know, I mean, after it rocks for so much. Like I said, that's a toss up between a spook and a spoof, I believe. Let's go ahead and move on.
Now, this next video was suggested to me by someone who wishes to remain anonymous. According to them, they had found this video on social media with little to no context. It seems to have been posted by someone who was either at a clinic or a hospital sitting patiently in the waiting room. However, something about this space just seems off. The person who took this seems to have been waiting here for quite some time, with no one else around. Lacking other people in this room, the video gets a whole lot strange when this is captured. Take a look.
What is he fixated on? A shadow? It's a shadow of somebody walking.
Somehow, a shadow appears with no one else around. The whole space is entirely devoid of any patience, yet strangely, a silhouette is cast. Initially, it seems as if the shadow was cast by someone off camera, but when the person filming pans the phone to show the whole space, no one is there. No person or object is moving like the shadow on the wall,
true.
and neither is there anyone or anything disappearing before reappearing again. The
I
shadow
don't see any
seems to be
lights
something of
coming
its
up my
own.
side.
While it's hard to say what exactly was caught on camera, the mystery alone has led many to believe that this may just be something beyond explanation.
Right?
But as always, let me know your thoughts on this one.
Right. So that was definitely one of those things where you just don't know. I mean, there's other factors that could be in play there, like lights, you know, shining from somewhere. Because the way that the shadow was panning back and forth, it was almost in a pattern. So that makes me think that it could have been something that it was just reflecting or something. But it's hard to tell, especially with a lot of these videos, grainy look and everything. It's hard to tell because, you know, your eyes can play tricks on you a lot of times, even if you're in person. You know, so you never know. I don't know how many times I've had something where it's been out the corner of my peripheral and I caught it and I thought, was that something? You know, was that something I saw? You know? So we'll see. Let's move on.
On June 4th of 2024, a video was taken inside a public restroom where something pretty creepy took place. The man who recorded this is known as Axel Loza, and based on his voice alone, you can tell that he's deeply troubled by something. Axel states that no one else is in the restroom except him. Now this is odd, considering that he just heard noises coming from one of the stalls, but each one is empty. So, as an attempt to get this on camera, he begins to record and captures this.
No, te quiero que vean. Estoy ahorita en el baño de la universidad. Pero el pedo ahorita es que acabo de terminar de hacer el baño.
I want to point out just a couple things. One, this has got to be one of the dirtiest bathrooms I've ever seen in a university or anything, unless they just don't give a shit about their students. That's dirty. Two, did you see this kid wiping his nose and everything there in the bathroom? I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been around some college students, and you know, I get. We won't go down that road. Like I said, that's up for you know, one of those. Depends on how you see it, kind of things. So, but anyways, let's see what this kid sees.
Y pues estaba todo normal. Pero ahorita están ruidos raros. Y se está tocando la puerta, pero quiero que vean que pues no hay nada. Vean, ahí está mi reflejo, pero vean de este lado, pues aquí no hay nada, vean. Acá tampoco, vean. Aquí tampoco hay nada. Aquí pues tampoco, vean. Y acá
Dirty
el lugar
ass
es bastante
bathroom, man.
pequeño y está mi reflejo. Pero a ver, hoy. ¿Escucharon? escucharon?
Did you see that?
No hay nada.
I swear I saw something in the crack of that.
As if it wasn't already startling to hear the banging noises, we see this, a face suddenly appearing in a
Right.
stall that was clearly empty. It happens quickly, but not so fast
You
that
see
we miss
that?
it. Only do we realize what was seen until after it happens. Or at least, that's what happened
Meh.
with Axel. It was only after reviewing the footage that he noticed the
That's
face.
sketchy.
Just like viewers, he was left terrified by what was caught behind the door. Like something out of a nightmare, a pale face with wide open eyes just disappears without a trace. Now, Axel hasn't said much or given
That's-
updates on this
that's
occurrence,
scary, man.
but with or without further context, the video itself is still pretty terrifying.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, that's definitely one of those that you can, I mean, you can't really sit there and say for sure, but I mean that, if not, there's some serious video editing out there available, but that was pretty good. I'll give that guy credit. That was a good one. That one actually had my heart racing a little bit whenever I saw the face. Whew.
In the following clip, a man is in his basement after having heard a strange noise.
Always a
Like I was
basement.
saying earlier, most of the stuff does happen down here.
Now, the man already knows that something isn't right with his basement, which is why he takes this video. Ever since moving in, both he and his family have been experiencing a plethora of inexplicable happenings.
Plethora.
But luckily, this time, he was able to get something on camera. The year is 2017, and with only a few months living there, he can already sense that something strange is about to happen. He gets his phone and captures this.
The stuff does happen down here,
Gosh, look how bad the video is though.
and I mean, you can't really.
It doesn't handle lighting well.
That's freaky stuff right there, man.
What the? Come on, bro.
Yep, that's what you call
Get out of there.
Freaks me out, man. It's giving me goosebumps. Boy, here we go with the door now. Yeah, I don't like that. Ooh, that's creepy.
Very
That
creepy.
door always swings wide open and it stays open. It doesn't ever close, stay like that. Oh, there you go. Let go of it. Oh crap, that's freaky.
Now, taking into account that this isn't something new to the man, this occurrence doesn't scare him, but he still finds it pretty baffling, and he finds it even
Right?
more so when considering that the door that just opened is extremely heavy. According to him, he can barely open it himself despite being quite big. Now, with happenings like this, one can totally understand why he and his family have left this place. Although taken in 2017 and living somewhere else now, this footage continues to baffle him to this day.
Right? So yeah, that's another one of those where you just don't know for sure. You know, if someone was standing behind it, helping him make this, and had something tied to the door that they could firmly push it back. I don't know. But on the surface of things, that's some scary stuff. That's definitely terrifying. If you're in a situation like that and you're by yourself down there, which he already had experience with that entity or whatever it was that was down there that he suspected. I would have been shitting bricks. I would have been like, let's get out. Let's get out of this house. Let's move on.
In this next video, a woman is standing outside her house during a rainstorm when she notices something highly unusual. The woman in this video is known as Amanda, and while standing on her patio, something close by catches her attention. In fact, she was left shaken up after getting a clear view of what she was seeing. Taking a closer look, she sees this.
Please tell me y'all see this. Just watch. Watch straight out into that yard. Look, you see it? Look. And it happens again. Look. Look. See? And I'm telling you right now, ignore my dogs.
Well,
But look-
what are we looking
man,
at?
I think it's time to move.
Now, without much lighting, it might be hard to spot what exactly was being
It
seen.
is.
But with a few edits, it becomes apparent that something had appeared. It's as if someone or something dressed in white was in the distance. Not sure if she was just seeing things, Amanda shares this video online and immediately gets comments from those who say that they too see the white figure. But of course, let me know what you think. Is a figure seen as many believe? Or might there be some explanation for this mysterious incident? Like most clips, this one has yet to be solved.
I mean, if we're being honest, it was a freaking storm with a very poorly ran camera. If they had a high-res camera and caught something like that, I would 100% be on board. But that could be anything to do with the lighting, the lightning, you know, a glare, anything. I mean, and I don't want to be a debunk on all this, you know, because that's not what this is about. I want to react to these and have, you know, like true feelings towards them, but that's not scary because that could have been anything. I'm also a logical thinker. So, you know, I like to think outside the box. Am I a believer in the paranormal? You bet your ass I am. But it has to be something legit, like that dude in the bathroom, where that, to me, was very close to being legit. The guy in the basement, same way. This one, not so much. I don't think that was anything more than a glare or something, and I could be wrong, but who knows?
If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video. Now this next video comes from Jalen Love, who although has no idea what was captured, is extremely unsettled by this footage. She claims that no one else had been in the house except her two sisters, who are seen on camera. They had just come back from somewhere at around 10 p.m. when the security camera inside their living room recorded the following. Now it's worth noting that this isn't the first time something scary had occurred. Only a few weeks prior to this incident, someone broke into their house. It's for this reason that they've set up cameras around their home in case it happens again.
Scary in itself.
But this time, it appears that something else other than a burglar was captured. The two sisters enter inside, leaving the front door open for Jalen, who was still getting out of the car. As Jalen takes her time to come inside, this happens.
What the hell is that? Did y'all see that?
Behind this door, a dark figure is seen. It's worth pointing out that no one is seen behind the door before it's opened. Nothing apparent stands out until something eventually does. Whatever this is just stands there while seemingly hiding itself from the camera, or at least a part of it, as only partially do we see the figure. Seeing this, Jalen and her sisters were freaked out. They state that they wouldn't have seen this if it wasn't for what occurred later.
That right there to me is scary because the way it moved on and off the camera, that's a very paranormal type of transition, I feel like. Bad quality camera, and those Ring cameras definitely are not the greatest on quality unless they say it's a cell phone for the one. But still, these cameras, we got to do better. This footage, some of this footage is trash. I mean, I'd like to see this, but I want to actually see it, you know, not just be like, well, you know, it could be.
That night, according to them, they had heard strange noises coming from downstairs, which made them check their surveillance cameras. But while checking the footage from earlier that night, they see this, a dark silhouette that disappears in the blink of an eye. Like many, she now believes that something unexplainable was captured.
Right.
But as always, I'll let you be the judge. Was a ghost caught on camera, or was something else captured?
It's one of those things where you never know. You always got to take that stuff with a grain of salt. Now, this last one looks like it's going to be a little bit of a long one, maybe. I don't know. At least a few minutes. So hopefully it's a good one. I got to give it, this one's been kind of a dud as far as like scariness, but they've been some good creative ones. I mean, if that's what it is. I don't want to be one to debunk things, you know, all the time. But a lot of stuff can be chalked up to being debunked because anybody can stage this stuff for clout. So anyways, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this last one here goes.
It's around 9 p.m. on a Friday night when two sisters are settling in for the evening. During this time, their mom had gone out to walk their dog as she does every night. But while both sisters are alone at home, something happens that leaves them extremely unsettled. Now, the mother in question, known as Isabel Katz, had sent me this video in the hopes that someone could explain her footage. She and her kids live in a house that might be haunted, according to her. Strange things often happen,
like a house
and she doesn't know what to do. From a sliding cabinet door that is often found open after being closed shut, to mysterious noises heard at night, Isabel is certain that something unexplainable is happening. One night, while Isabel walks the family dog, her two children are alone at home when this is captured.
It's the kid, right? Her scream alone was scary. Bro. What am I seeing? What is it? The music for this is like I have a horror
It was after
movie.
watching this video that their mother knew something paranormal had occurred. At first, one of her children sees something that terrifies them beyond belief. According to her, she had seen what looked like a tall figure standing inside the master bedroom. It wasn't exactly clear, as her daughter states, but she knew something was there, and her sister can attest to this, as she too had seen something tall inside the room. Following that, the sound of their cabinet door sliding open is heard on camera. Understandably, the whole family was freaked out, if not spooked, by this incident. Not much else is known about this clip, but Isabel hopes that someone could explain her footage, as she's not sure what to do or what was caught on camera.
Right?
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and make sure to hit the bell icon so you don't miss any uploads in the future. Also, be sure to check out the official TikTok account for this channel.
All right. See, so that was definitely see, whenever you're dealing with kids like that, that's a scary thing to me. That is definitely, because children, if you ever watch anything in like horror movies or anything scary, paranormal, whatever, they always see things that we don't. For some reason, they're always connected to that. And animals, that makes it more authentic to me. I feel like they saw some stuff right then. Them girls were scared to death. The older one even saw it. So whatever it was, I don't know. I don't know, guys. You guys can leave in the comments if you like what you think about all of it. There's the love there for Bizarre Bub, making sure that he gets his props here because he puts together some pretty good videos and everything. So we are all good on that. Hopefully everybody's good. It's been fun. Like I said, I enjoy doing these videos. I enjoy watching these scary stories. If you guys know of any good ones or any good channels besides this one, like I said, I've found several others I haven't used yet, but I'm just now trying to get this rolling in a consistent manner. So hopefully we can do this more often. It's fun to do and fun to check out. So if you guys haven't already, like I said earlier in the video, please like, subscribe, share. You find me on all socials. I do have my gaming stream that I run Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays over on TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. So that's something else you're welcome to check out. Until then, guys, we'll be back with another episode soon, hopefully within a month or so, and go from there. You guys have a good time. See you next time. Thanks for tuning in.